Welcome back, and let's have another crack at the championship, shall we? First off, let's have a look at the facilities. As you can see, we've finally managed to get our training facilities from the worst, and the board has allowed us to go up one step again. So we should have average training facilities once they've been completed. You can see here, still searching for a stadium. Planned capacity will be 13,808, which is a lot less than I was hoping for, but, you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. Well, better than the 7,000 we've got now. If we just have a look at our finances, we were originally given about 1.1 million for the transfer budget. We've converted it all to wage budget, so we've now got 126,000 wage budget, although they have allowed us to overspend a little bit, which was nice. And if we have a look at the transfers out, these are the players that we're saying goodbye to this season. Ryan Law, their transfers all expired. Sorry, contracts all expired here. So Ryan Law, been a good servant, but the championship was too far for you. Dinzei was on loan last year at Yeovil, and his contract has finally gone run out. What hasn't really been good enough to play for us a while. Nick Anderton was a good little fill-in last year, but he's not good enough. Sean McWilliams didn't really play well enough last year, and his contract was up, so not renewing that. Hakeem Odoffin, he's left as well. He actually was pretty decent last year, but the problem is if you offer somebody a new contract, it's generally going to be multi-year, and we're looking to continually improve the squad, not just re-sign players that aren't good enough anymore. Andy Smith had a good season as well, but I was half tempted to re-sign him, but we've let him go. Alex Gilbert, he has left. He's actually gone to Cheltenham, so obviously not on to better and brighter things. Josh Robinson, again, let him go. He wasn't really good enough. He's not tall enough for a centre-back. Sean Jackson, he was just some youngster. And Cassidy, finally, it was heavy heart that we had to let Cassidy go. He's been a legend for us. Have a look at these stats he's put up for us. 32 goals, 23 goals, 16 goals, 17 goals. So vital for us, but as you can see, kind of dropped off a bit in League One and the Championship, so not really good enough anymore to play for us. If we have a look at the squad planner, goalkeepers, we have kept the same two that we had last year. They were both under contract, so nothing to do there. Right back, we're keeping Nathan Ferguson for another year. And we've got Andreas Vindhelm signed, a Norwegian, which we picked up on a free. He'd been playing for Sparta Prague, so got some good pedigree, this guy. Played for some top teams, 6.5k, not too bad. He's 31, which is a bit old, but I think if you look at his overall stats, I think he's going to be a real asset to us, and he's one of our best players now, so good signing there. Centre-backs, we've still got Simo, Jones. Andy Barnes is going to be hopefully not a starter. He's just in there to use a loan spot up for depth. Liam Morrison, we signed him. Now, look where he's been. He's been at Bayern Munich all this time. Only been playing in their second string team, mind you, but very good pedigree there. He's going to be a good centre back. I like the determination, leadership, resolute personality. Again, is good. He should be quality for us, so a really good signing he was. Valentin Ozonwafor, maybe? Is that how you say it? We'll go with that. He is left-footed, so do like a left-footed centre-back. Do not like tries to play way out of trouble for a centre-back, because that will often lead to mistakes. However, tall, good jumping reach, heading, should be a decentish rotation option. So that's our rotation centre-backs. Left-back, Callum Elder's good enough, had a really good season last year, but we've also picked up Kevin as the rotation. Yes, Kevin. Brazilian, no idea how we got a work permit for him. As you can see, sometimes for Brazilians, you just say, yeah, you'll be able to get a work permit. Maybe it's because he was playing in Serie A last year. I don't know. He didn't really play many games. But yeah, he got a work permit, only 3.5k. just some good like all-round stats, which I think championship level will be really solid at left back. I'm hoping so. He comes in, gets forward whenever possible is always a good one. If we can see our coach report here. Yes, so always look for consistent performer. That's such a good stat to get scouted for. It basically means that your players will tend to perform to their stats more often than not. If you see it in the red as an inconsistent performer, avoid them. It's not the best that he doesn't enjoy big matches because they tend to have really poor games in a big match, but you can't have everything, can you? But ideally, you would not want that. It's only an orange, though. If it's a red, then you definitely don't want it. Okay. Also, just to mention, Nathan Ferguson, if we have a look at our coach report here, red could have real problems with injuries. This is something you should never sign a player with if you see this. I must have not noticed it when I signed him because if you have a look at his history of injuries, I mean, oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully he has one of those seasons where he didn't really get injured, but Vinhelm is going to play most of the games anyway. He's really now the backup, thankfully. Defensive mid, same as last year. Batash, still pretty quality in the championship. Ledson was a Mozilla support, but he's going to drop down to DM. He is more of a defensive midfielder than a Mozilla, but he can play both. But got better options for Mozilla now. We're still going to keep up with Nati even after his poor season. And Neto had a good season, so we're keeping with him. Luis Fiorini comes in. Now, he was signed from... well, it wasn't signed from anywhere. He's a free agent, but he's been a bit all over the place, but he was on Man City's books. If you notice, then it's just loan, Man City loan. So he was kind of a Man City player. He has good-looking stats, to be honest, and I like the traits. The tries, killer balls often is really good, and the play shots. So if he gets through on goal, he should be able to slot it in. Is there any red? He's got some really good greens here as well, where he's consistent performer and nothing too bad on the reds. So, yep, he's a good addition. Then Tyrone Hunt, we had him last year, was managed to loan him in again. He's got really good stats and he performed really quite well last year. So he's our attacking Mozilla rotation, and Ewan Simpson is not really that good, so hopefully I don't have to use him that much, but he's only a loanee. On the right, again, Casey Palmer. To back him up this year, we've got Cade Gordon on loan from Liverpool. He looks pretty good, quite quick, which is always important for a winger. But yeah, he played at Birmingham last year and didn't do too bad, so I think he could be a good little rotation on the right wing. Left wing, we've got the same, Adriel Gomez, Caden Clark. Also loan this guy in. Hopefully don't have to play him that much because he's quick, but doesn't really look that good on the mental side. He's not that very good. Up front, though, here we go. We have got two new signings up front. The loanee guy probably won't be playing much, but we have got this Ilyas Husni. Now, he looks tremendous. Good pace. His player trait is because of his winger rather than his striker. Good finishing, composure, passing technique, good off the ball, good work rate. Looks really good and hopefully can get better as well. He was at PSG, as you can see by his shirt. Obviously didn't play. He's been loaned out a fair bit. Looks like he's done all right on loan, but yeah, delighted to get him on the free. If we have a quick look at the reports, there's nothing that I really look for here, but his stats speak for himself. So, really good signing, Husni. Now, Nishan Burkhardt, we had him on a trial, and he actually ended up signing for us. He was one of the reasons we've gone over budget. He was a late signing, but great pace and acceleration for a striker. 16 and 17, that's fantastic. Good finishing, not the best composure. Good off the ball and work rate, though. So he could be a real weapon. If we have a look at his history, he was actually at Manchester United as a youngster. Then he spent most of his time at Freiburg, didn't really play much for them, just the second team, a bit of time in the Swiss league. But yeah, he's going to be in the rotation up front, Burkhardt and Husny. Now, unfortunately, Husny has already got injured, which is quite annoying. So yeah, that's what the squad looks like this year as we tackle the championship for the second time. I think we've got a lot better balanced squad this year. Shouldn't have to rely on the loans as much, and defensively we're probably still a bit weak, although we've improved the fullbacks, and Liam Morrison looks like a really good centre back. Midfield, the centre mids are okay, the wingers are really strong, and I'm hoping these two strikers can fire as the goals to send us up. So join us next time for the first episode and see how this team starts performing in the championship. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.